Oops, everyone. And good morning, folks. I'm Judge Person. I welcome everybody to court this morning. I will go ahead and just keep folks muted until it's your turn, because if we all talk at once, well, the way that technology like this works, we'll cancel each other out and no one will be heard. But I do want to welcome everybody to court. I want to give some brief announcements before we get started, but also I would like to go ahead and just check in real quickly on the Rebello case, Mr. Miller and Mr. Mattson.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi. So on that case, I believe the only thing pending was a deferral, and that's been approved. I've approved it, and we're sending that over here shortly to your email. I don't know if you had anything further you wanted to take up with the court, but I wanted to check in with you before I let you go.
Nothing further, Your Honor, and thank you.
Okay, you are good to exit when you choose.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Miller and Mr. Swain. On the Salisbury case, Mr. Mattson, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all confer while I make announcements. We'll just utilize everybody's time a little bit better that way. So again, I just want to thank everyone for their time. I want to give some brief announcements, excuse me, before we get started. I want to let you know a few things that I think are helpful when you're given a citation or issued a ticket, as we call it, or a summons. If you receive a summons in the mail, those are all methods for accusing someone. That is what that is. And a plea, when we give a plea, we're giving our answer or response to that accusation. There are three options for entering a plea: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. If you plead guilty, you're telling the court that you did the offense just as written, just as accused, and we move into sentencing. I'll talk more about sentencing in a moment. If you enter a plea of no contest, you're authorizing the court to find you guilty without admitting or denying the offense, and we will move into the sentencing piece at that point. And I'll, again, as I said, I'll talk more about that in a moment. When you plead not guilty, you are contesting the charge. You have the right to do so. And the law actually presumes that we are not guilty. And that only changes if we change it with our plea, or if we go to trial and it is changed by a jury. So those are the only two ways that changes, that presumption. And so if you plead not guilty, really we're moving that case toward trial. Most of our contested cases are going live in court, but we have still an option for some cases to be online, which is convenient. And I don't mind the convenience, but if the case is not getting resolved this way, we need to move on into court. Therefore, the next setting, if you've pleaded not guilty, is going to be here in the courtroom. And I'll remind you of that date before you leave today. And that also entails a breakout session with the prosecutor. Mr. Mattson is in the other space for a moment, but he'll be back. He is the prosecutor for the city. He is an attorney, but he's not anyone here. He's not your attorney. He's not my attorney either. He represents the state of Texas in the cases that are filed here. He is the equivalent of a district attorney at the city level. So, the meeting is not unusual. Courts will mandate a meeting like that. And I do. So we'll have that session here online, and we'll check in at the end. And if the case is still unresolved or not heading to a resolution, we'll just have a check-in at the next session here in the court. There, we're doing a few different things. Sometimes we're finishing a case. Sometimes we're moving the case toward trial. And I won't necessarily know which it is until we get to that point. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But we'll be checking in and making sure that we're using the court's time efficiently. And so that's what the pretrial docket is really about. And I'll talk more about sentencing here in just a quick moment. Mr. Swain, Mr. Mattson, if y'all will unmute and just tell me, let's check in on the Caden Salisbury case. That is a single charge from August 3rd, an accusation of speeding where the fines and costs are $264. Where are we with this matter?
Your Honor, Mr. Swain's going to take an offer back to his client.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and set that for live pretrial here in the court on October 12th. And that's at 9 a.m. Mr. Swain, will that work for you?
Yes, that looks good, Judge.
Can we send that to your email?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then we will do that. And if y'all get it resolved before then, that would cancel the court date. Any further questions or anything that you need, Mr. Swain, before you leave?
No, Your Honor.
You are excused with the thanks of the court whenever you choose.
Thank you.
Thank you. So just in terms of sentencing options on guilty or no contest, that's where I was in a moment ago. There are really, the general rule in Texas is that you're found guilty, you pay the fines and costs. In law, there's always exceptions. So I'll get to the exceptions about being found guilty in a moment. But in terms of paying fines and costs, I look at financial income information when I assess fines and costs. I like to do that in a very realistic way at the very beginning because it can save you lots of headaches. And so you were asked for financial information in connection with that, and I'll be looking at that. If you were asked for that information and you pleaded not guilty, I may or may not be utilizing that information today. At the next setting, when we set a bond, I'll probably look at it at that point. So there's another way that information gets utilized. And I just want to give a brief explanation that it is not a presumption of guilt by asking for that information. Courts can and are required to set bonds, and I will do that when cases are pending, when we schedule your trial. So I did ask for it. I'm probably not looking at it until that point unless I need to. I just like to get all the information up front. It's more efficient, and later if we need it, we have it. I'm not a big fan of getting the same information multiple times. Unless it's changed, there's really no reason to keep making you fill out forms, and all it does is make my file bigger. It's not particularly helpful. So sometimes I just go ahead and let people know why I ask for that, because you are still presumed not guilty, and I will eventually need that information to schedule a bond. Okay. So just in terms of sentencing, I look at income information today, and then looking at whether a person is found guilty, whether the item is on their record. There are still 4 ways to gain a dismissal. There are compliance dismissal, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court. So compliance dismissals are things that can be brought up to date and dismissed. The law will have to say it can be brought up to date and dismissed, or it can't be. And so just be aware that, sorry, I'm going to let a latecomer in. Okay, so just be aware that I'll be looking to see if you qualify for something like that. That's usually, there's something that you're cited for that can be corrected and get it to gain a dismissal. It's not everything that can be corrected. For example, if your blinker is broken and you're cited for a broken blinker, that can be brought up to date and dismissed. If you don't have a license, there's no dismissal under state law, because we're just never allowed to drive without a license. We are allowed to drive if our blinker's broken, subject to citation, and we have to get it fixed. So that's kind of how that works. But I'll be looking for those on your behalf, because the law says the judge shall dismiss. So I'll be looking. I don't see a lot of those on the docket today, but I'll just double check. So you can expect that from me. The second thing I mentioned was driver safety course options. And that's where if you have a moving violation, you can often do a driver safety course option. You have to qualify to be in the program. You have to successfully complete that program. So with the driver safety course option, I'll be looking to see if you might be qualified. And I'll be trying to talk to you about it if it looks like you might be. With both these options, I'll be looking. But with the driver safety course option, if you qualify, then to be in the program, you pay the court cost. The fine goes on hold. Every ticket has a fine and a cost. And when you call the clerk and get a number, it's a whole number, but we can break that number down like a lot of ways. But the significant one is the costs and the fines, because the costs are set by state law. The fines are set by the judge. That would be me. So the fine goes on hold. The costs are paid. you turn in the proper course, the proper record, you get the ticket dismissed. You do have to show license and insurance, by the way, when you pay the fines and costs. So fines, costs, license and insurance. Course gets turned in, record gets turned in, dismissal. The fine gets waived. It is cheaper to do that option and get a dismissal than to pay the whole ticket, because the state law does try to incentivize people to take the course. The reason that it's that way is because we really are encouraging people to do that course in the event that they are, people drive better after they do that course. And then the final, then the third option, I said there were four. The third option is a deferred disposition. With a deferred disposition or a deferred, the person must request a deferred at the beginning when their plea is accepted, and then they must have it approved by the judge. You can also talk to the prosecutor in a pretrial to see if the prosecutor agrees to do a deferral. If you and the prosecutor come to an agreement and bring me a deferral, I still am required to either approve it or not approve it. I generally do in that setting, but I'll have to take a look each time I'm requested and see if I'm granting or not. And so I will consider it honestly each and every time. So if you enter a plea and you ask for a deferred in the general session, that is the session directly with the judge, you can also gain access to whether that's approved or not in the general discussion with the judge. So guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. That's what that would look like. And I know that people sometimes, especially coming to court, we usually are representing ourselves in a court like this one. People might not know exactly what they're supposed to say, but something along those lines. It was on the paperwork that you filled out, but it's really a lengthy explanation, and it would take up like half the page. So most people then don't read it. So I have it on there. I have it on the website with an explanation, and I give one here. So if you're looking for a deferred, remember that you must ask at the time that your plea is accepted by the court. Guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. If you are given that option, if I grant it, we'll just talk about the terms at that point, but it's usually a good behavior period. I delay finding you guilty. I put in some conditions for you to meet. They're in writing, so you know what they are. Generally, don't move without telling us. Don't reoffend or get more tickets. We've got to sort out fines and costs. Sometimes there's a class or a record or some paperwork that we need. And at the end of the deferral period, which is up to 180 days, I'll sign a dismissal at the end if you've complied. So that's what that is. And then teen court is our fourth option. Teen court looks a little like deferred. There are two types of teen court. There'll be an order in place. There's also teen jury court. It's like sorry, I stumbled for a minute. Sometimes the case is one where I just go ahead and schedule it looks like a deferred, a teen court order that looks similar to a deferred. It does depend on the offense. And sometimes I'm ordering that you go before a teen jury and ask them for a sentence. And we do that here locally at the Temple High School after school. And it would be one night to appear and go get your case heard. And then it would be another night to come back and give some jury duty back. So I'll be looking at the options on those teen court requests. I think I have a couple of those at least today. So those are the four ways to gain a dismissal. Let's go ahead and move forward with court. Mr. Matson, I will begin your section of court. Melissa Nafzinger is, I believe, your first person. Yes. If you could unmute, ma'am, so that we know that the audio is working.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I sure can.
Okay, good.
I'm going to move you over to a meeting with that prosecutor, and afterwards you'll actually come back over here. There'll be a button that lets you do that. If there's not one, then I'll move you back over. So don't worry. And
Okay.
You'll meet with the prosecutor and y'all can discuss the case or just discuss procedure. That's kind of up to what y'all decide to do. But
Okay.
we're checking in on the case, I ask both parties to take a good long look at their case and decide if they're ready to move forward to trial or if they're trying to affect a different outcome. So here we go. And Mr. Matson, I have moved Melissa Nevzinger back or over to that room.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And I too will move forward. I'm going to go ahead and ask Deyanara Lopez. I saw you earlier. Let me find you again to unmute. Let's see. Maybe not seeing that person right now. Are you here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, you became Zoom user. Okay, gotcha. I'm just going to rename you for the purposes of this meeting
Okay.
and we'll move forward. So, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for asking. I'm well. I was just pulling your file up. Okay, let's see. We had a no-show in earlier this month, and that was for September 5th. And now we're here. I'm glad you're here. It's a single charge of no insurance. We've already entered a plea and you were already found guilty, but we've been in a payment plan that is not working. What happened is that, oh, hold on. Yeah, we couldn't verify the insurance. And I know that you're saying that we called the wrong insurance, but okay, so what started out as you're not on the policy. So we're supposed to call and verify, and we use the information you provided. That was, let me just check notes real quickly. Oh, I've got another note from you. Hang on just a moment. Okay, so here's the note that we have. Actually, you came in asking to speak to the judge, which, you know, it's not an on-demand situation, but you get scheduled. You have to show up though. And then you provided insurance via email. The front was different on the effective date. There was something unusual about it. The clerk called to verify that Nobler is an insurance company under USA, which we did do. We called Nobler and spoke to Jason. She was calling in part to verify that Nobler is an insurance company under USAA, which she did. She talked to a person there named at the number provided on the insurance. The person was named Jason. He did ask to speak to the defendant, which he did do. He let the clerk know that he was not able to verify coverage because the defendant, that would be you, was not listed on the policy and not listed as a driver on that policy. So we set it for open court to talk to the judge about the situation. So I did ask the clerk to supplement my understanding to know what happened on that call. You know, if we can't verify it and you're not listed, then it's just not, I mean, I can't accept it for dismissal.
I mean, can't my cousin go up there with me to the court and call, let the insurance person talk to her and see if they can verify my car on there?
So I don't get involved in, I mean, if you'll get a letter from them saying that you could be driving that vehicle, then, but I mean, we entered a judgment. I don't know when that was done. I'm just going to check on that for a second, but it's, you know, some policies, I can't weigh in on every policy out there, you know? So I don't know. Some people's policies say I can loan my car to anyone I want to, even if they don't have a license and they're covered. Other people's insurance says you can't do that. I don't know. So if you're not listed on the policy, we call and see if you're allowed to drive the vehicle. We did have a conditional plea entered. You were supposed to be here on the 5th of September. At that point, with an unverified policy and a plea having been entered, and you didn't show up for court, I went ahead and accepted your plea and ordered that you pay it within 30 days, I believe. So it's pretty much, we're at a point where that's been done.
And all, since I'll be I didn't also, the police officer didn't fix a report. So on the police report, I have it right here. It says failure to no yield. So I ended up paying for the when I caught
Was there another case?
my car back, I had to pay for the deductible fee. So that's why I was trying to get it dismissed as well, because on the police report, it's basically saying that I'm at fault. So I had to go ahead and pay the deductible fee due to my police report.
We're going
if
to
I'm
go ahead and schedule
for
you to
the
come on into
ticket-
court. Ma'am, I mean, I feel like
Yes.
what's happening is that I've got a judgment and I'm trying to figure out how you're going to pay it. And you're telling me I shouldn't have a judgment. So, I mean, it's turning into what we don't do on Zoom, which is like a contested hearing. And I'm going to go ahead and just schedule you to come on into live court for October 12th. And you can bring me whatever you want to bring me. I don't know, but I mean, when someone says guilty, but I'd like you to dismiss it, and I can't verify that I'm able to dismiss it, and then they don't bother to show up for court, I just go ahead and move forward. That's my policy, and that's the law. I'll schedule you to come on in and talk about it if you wish, or we can talk about payments. But right now, can I send this reset for October 12th at 9 a.m. here in the courtroom to your email?
Yes.
Okay. I'll send it to you and we'll talk then. But we're getting far afield of what we do online. This is hotly contested at this point, in my view, because basically I have authority to do the things I did. And you should have been in court. We'll see you in October. Mr. Mattson, I saw that you moved over. I'm just looking to see if Melissa Nafziger was able to move over. Let me just try to get that to happen. Okay, on the Nafziger case, where are we?
Your Honor, Ms. Nafziger and I have reached an agreement.
Okay,
It's going to be a two-part process, though. First, I am going to be reducing her fine. Currently, it is $125, and the court costs are $134. I will be reducing the fine to $25, which brings the total balance to $159.
okay,
And then once that has been processed, we have agreed on terms of deferral.
okay. What terms have y'all agreed to?
That deferral will be the 120 days with a 6-hour course due by day 60. And the 159 will be broken up into payments of $53 per month within the first 30 days, and then 60 days, and then 90 days.
Okay, so if I understand this correctly, from today until January 18th, you'll be on a deferral with a 6-hour driver safety course due on November 21st, and the first payment of $53 on October 19th, or no later than. The next payment, $53 due November 21st. And then the balance, December 19th. Is that everyone's understanding?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Mattson, I'll handle that here with Ms. Nafziger in the court. Ms. Nafziger, was that also your understanding? I see a nod. You can unmute and let me know.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, let me get some paperwork done before you leave. I need to do the reduction based on the motion and get the order pulled together. And then can I email it to you and have you print it and sign it and email it back?
Yes.
We'll also provide driver safety course information along with that deferred order. So when you print it, it probably won't be there at that point. If you're going to pay online or by phone, there should be instructions on the website. If that is any kind of difficulty, you can always call a clerk, or you can swing by and pay with cash or a check. So we just kind of do all of it, but sort of in different ways. Do you have questions right now?
I don't.
Okay.
Well, you're going to email me today when I have to print it out, sign it, and email it back.
Yes. Why don't you
Okay.
hang on a few moments so that I can make sure everything goes through, and then I'll release you here shortly. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Mattson, moving you forward with Pedro David Pena Marino. And if he could just unmute, let's make sure the audio is working.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning. I'm going to send you over to that meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. He's been moved over, and I'm going to go ahead and move forward as well. If I could talk to Emma Van Livitz, if you could unmute and tell me how you're doing, that would be great.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We have a single stop, August 22nd. There are 3 charges: a registration charge, a failing to yield at an intersection charge, a failing to yield at a stop intersection. One of them is actually not there. It was, I see which one. It was misentered, and so they voided that. And so it's actually just 2 cases: registration and then a fail to yield at a stop intersection. The registration is a compliance option. If you're able to get the vehicle registered, then I can usually dismiss with a $20 fee. There are fees that you pay at the DMV when you register the vehicle. You have to make sure you tell them you got a ticket in order for them to charge those. Are you with me so far, Ms. Van Livitz?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Have you been able to get the registration done?
No, I have not, only because when I got into the accident, my insurance dropped me because I had gone to the accident within purchasing it in the first month.
So you'll have to acquire other insurance.
Mm,
Is the vehicle totaled?
no,
Okay. Where are you?
but it's not inspectable.
Okay. So when will it be inspectable?
We're not sure when we're gonna be able to do that. As right now, it's just sitting in the driveway. It needed some work, headlights and things that we just can't do right now.
Okay. Okay, so it's just kind of a question mark right now.
Right.
Okay, I understand. Okay, we can move forward with that case, I think, then, and talk about teen court on both of the cases instead of just one. With teen court, in this particular type of setting, we would be looking at coming to the high school to the live court session, and that would be on October 25th. That's a Wednesday. And what will need to happen today would be to meet with a case manager here at the building. And that way they can get information that is needed in order to bring that case through to teen court. And with teen court, I'm sorry, there's a $20 fee, cash fee per case. Is it possible to pay
Yes.
those fees today?
Mhm.
That's $40. Will that work?
Yes, it'll work.
Okay. And then when can you come meet with a case manager today?
We could come now.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have someone available? She can do it. Okay. Yeah, we will have someone when you get here. Miss Stotts would be the person. So you just come to the window and say you need to meet with the case manager for teen court. And she'll sit down with you, kind of go over how this works. Okay. There'll be signatures required, because you'll have to turn up. The good news is, and I just wanted to check in, you're 18 at this time, right? So yeah, your mom or dad, one or the other, they're encouraged and they can come and watch teen court, but they don't have to be there because you're legally an adult. So it's kind of either way. Sorry, I'm just looking at my paperwork here. Let me fill out. And the way that teen court works, I'll tell you why we do this. Teen court is proven to be the absolutely most effective option that we have. Sorry, I can't chew gum and pat my head at the same time. So here's the thing. When you are given a ticket or issued a citation and you are under 25, you move into our top group for future death and dismemberment on Texas roadways. If there was an accident, you move into the super group. Okay. So really, like, Texas is number one. People with a ticket are number one of the number ones. Of that group, people with a ticket with an accident are number one of the ones. And then if you're under 25, you move into the super group. And that's where you are. And every year I lose a student. And I literally take it personally. Not that I'm mad at them, but it's very sad. And I have some ability to talk to you about that. And the best way, Mom, for us to talk to our young people is to have them talk with one another. And that's really what teen court is, because what we know is that if a student completes teen court, they move back into where they were before they ever got the ticket as far as risk. And teen court is literally about 60% effective, and driver safety is, half that. So really that's a worth it odd, So I'm kind of pushy about teen court, but the reason is I think I'm aligned with parents on this. We want you to survive driving. Okay, Ms. Van Levitt. So how does that sound? I mean, what you'll be coming to do is you'll have a court-appointed teen attorney who's trained, and, they'll represent you. There'll be a trained opponent, but it's not a guilt or innocence phase. It's a sentencing hearing. And so, they're going to just look at everything in totality. You as a person, your case, what happened, what kind of punishments you've had, how this unfolded afterwards, your responsibility taking levels, all of that will be looked at. Okay. And so, at that point, they will give you a sentence, and then you'll sit back down with a case manager and sort out your sentence. The things that you'll need to do being geared specifically toward how you got to teen court or how you got to court to begin with. You'll get those things done. You'll come serve a term of jury duty, and then your case will be dismissed. I will allow you teen court on both the cases for both to be dismissed. You also will save all the money that you would have paid on those tickets. So it's a pretty good deal, but there are things for you to do, but they're for you to do instead of a parent, because generally speaking, the parent wasn't present when the thing that got you to court happened. Okay. So we want the burden to be on you to earn that dismissal. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. So when we I release you here in a moment, y'all will come up to the building, or just you, but Mom, you're welcome to be here. We're more than glad to engage you as well. In fact, your input right about now is probably pretty helpful. So we'll look for y'all around 10 o'clock, okay?
All right,
Sounds
thank
good.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
We'll see you here shortly.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. And Mr. Mattson, I know that you were talking to Mr. Pena Marino, and I'm just working on moving him back over. And while we're waiting for that to happen, I have signed the reduction on the Knapsinger case, and I've generated the deferral. And so, Ms. Knapsinger, we'll email that over to you. And at that point, you know, you're good to move forward. But we need you to print it and sign it and email it back. And that's possible. Let me find her.
She's muted, Your Honor, but she did nod.
Oh, very good. I had an interaction screen right on. I didn't see that. Okay, very good. We'll email that to you, and we'll just look to have you email it back as soon as possible, but no later than the end of business today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. Okay, and so we're moving forward with the Pena Marino case, and let's just check in and see where we are. It's a single charge of speeding alleged for July 21st. Fines and costs are $264. Where are we on this matter?
Your Honor, we have reached terms of a deferral agreement,
Okay,
and those terms are going to be 120 days with a 6-hour course by day 60. And he said that he can pay the fine in full within 30 days.
okay. So the dates are from today until January 18th. The deferral will be in effect. And then there'll be a payment. First date that you'll want to hit the target is October 19th for payment of the fines and costs. And then the course due no later than November 21st. Don't rely on a company to send us that. Bring it in or email it in and call and make sure we received it. Or if you bring it by, we'll mark it received and give you the copy. So either way, but that's I just tell people that because a lot of times when it turns up missing, I hear that story a lot. I thought the company would send it to you, Judge, and maybe they say they will, maybe they didn't say that. I really don't know, but it doesn't matter for the court's purpose. It just needs to be here. So just want to let you know to avoid the trapping of that, because we're not trying to have a gotcha. But I'll approve it as agreed. I just want to check in with Mr. Pena Marino. Is that your understanding of the agreement that you've made with Mr. Mattson, the prosecutor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll approve it. And
Thank you.
what I'd like to do, if it's possible, is I'll get it ready here in the court. I'll email it to your email. You would print it, sign it, and email it back. Is that possible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. That will save you the trip. So we'll email that here shortly. Look for it in your email. And once you get it, just print it, sign it, and email it back. We'll also send, I didn't put a note, but driving safety course information with that. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
On the class. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Pena Marino. Do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am. I think he answered all my questions I have. I just need to get everything done you need me to do.
Yes, it'll be in writing. That way it'll be a series of statements, and the ones that apply to your case are noted because they're checked off. Okay.
Okay, thank you so
It'll
much.
be just as we described.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Mattson, moving you forward, your next person is going to be Saul Bermudez. Saul Bermudez, if you could unmute, that would be great. And thank you. I will move you over to that meeting. And folks, I just want to do a check-in. I have a few people I was not able to identify, and I just want to make sure I've got everybody marked down who is in fact here. If I could, let's see. I've got Joyce Goody. I recognize who you would be. I've got someone named excuse me. Excuse me. Named Viviana's iPhone, and it looks like I'm looking at a work ceiling, which is fine. Could I just find out who you are?
Christian.
Christian Tutson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. I'll be with you shortly.
Okay.
I've seen you there, but I didn't know who you were. Okay, so that answers that question. Thanks. I'll be with you shortly. And then let's see, Ms. Long, I do see you. Tiffany Ellison, are you here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Very good. Oh, that's right. You came in at the end. I saw you coming in late, but here. And so we're good. Okay, I can start. I can keep moving along. And so the next person I was hoping to talk to is actually Chevy Atkinson or Atkinson, excuse me. Oh, it is Atkinson. Okay, great. And Mom is with you. Is that right? So I have, it sounds like you're unmuted, but there we go. Uh-oh, real serious delay. There's, yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Chevy, you are a student. I do have that, I think, proof. It looks like we have
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Okay. And at Salado, and there is a speeding charge, 63 and a 45. The allegation date is August 24th. The fines and costs are $259. And I do have a written plea here of no contest. And a request for teen court, which I will accept. And
Thank you.
with teen court, let's see, with this particular teen court, let's see, let me just think for half a second. It's one where I would go ahead and move the case forward into what I call a judge ordered sentence. In this case, there would be a $20 fee. That's a cash fee. Can that get paid today?
Yes, ma'am.
And then a course due no later than October 19th. And if you get that done, then I would dismiss the charge. I don't wait very long on that. I give you a really quick turnaround. It's normally it's 90 days in a regular driving safety course option. With teen court, I have the ability to speed that up because you're young and I don't want you hurt again. I know that you don't feel like you maybe were hurt going 63 and a 45. Had you had an accident, it could have been pretty bad. And so I don't want to wait for the correction. I want to get that now. And so that's kind of my reason for just speeding this up. Because, it's not an accident. I don't believe at all. But it is a serious violation. And so addressing that now might just make a difference in your future. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, because, you really are, you're in the leading group for death and dismemberment on the Texas roadway, and you're in a pretty high up there super group. And so I, like you to take it seriously. And I know that you will. And I'm sure Mom and I both could agree that we want you to survive driving. So that's what I would say if you're going to do teen court that I would require. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Mom, do you agree?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay. And if you turn your course in on time, then I waive the $259. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
When can y'all be here? Because we do have to have you come by with the fee and to do, agreement paperwork, and we need to do it sometime today.
Immediately. We can come up there immediately.
Okay. We'll look for you around 10:30, somewhere in there at the window, and anyone at the window can help you. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, if you have questions, the clerk will probably be able to answer them. If they can't, they'll come find me and we'll get you an answer, okay?
Yes,
Perfect.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a good day.
And y'all too.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. Sorry, Atkinson. And so then I would move forward with Christian Tutson. If I could have you unmute and tell me how you're doing.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
And I do have a request for teen court. There is just a single violation of your license restriction. The fines and costs are $181. With teen court, there is a $20 fee.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
And then in the violation restriction, I would ask that you, when is that being removed? How long will you have that restriction?
Well, I'm not sure. What does that mean actually? Because yeah, since he only has his permit, he's scheduled to take his driving test next week. Is that still okay to do that?
I believe the B restriction is the, let me just look it up real quickly. It usually says it right there on your driver's license. Have you flipped it over and looked at it?
With corrective lenses.
That's usually glasses.
It just says LOFS 21 or over.
Oh, okay. So it's the, right. And does it give a date?
Yes, June 26th of this year.
Okay. So the answer is that you'll have to remove it from the license by going in and getting that license
Yes.
removed. And so
And like I said, he's working on that. He has his driving test next week, and then the his appointment at DPS next month.
okay. So when is the appointment that you have?
October 25th at 8:30 in Colleen.
Okay. Okay, just a quick moment. On a
Sure.
life decision, life skills class. What's my lowest number? 4 hours, okay. And is that like $25? Or 40? So what I would like to do is have the license restriction removed. I want proof of that. Like the next day, I want you to bring it by the court, the permit that you get. So that would be on the 26th of October.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming you've recently had driving safety because you're in the process of doing all of that. So instead of redoing a driving safety course, we'll do a life skills course. The shortest one I have is 4 hours. So I'll do the shortest one. Okay. And that'll,
Okay.
and we'll give you a handout about how to find that. And that'll be due also on the 26th or before. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And that'll keep you from paying the $181. You will pay
Okay.
for the course, but they usually run $50 or less. So instead of $181, you'd pay the $20 fee and then you'd pay for a company with the course.
Okay.
And so that's like 70 instead, and then you get a dismissal.
Okay. So then he doesn't have to do the teen court.
This is teen court. It's just a judge sentence to teen court. I just, if we wait and go through the teen court process, I believe that to be longer than is justified for the offense itself. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So I
Okay.
just want to move forward and get some correction now and not wait because This is not as dramatic of a offense as some of the other things that typically make it to teen court. So you're still utilizing teen court and you get the breaks of teen court, but the process is the one that I'm imposing directly now.
Okay,
Good.
sounds good.
When can y'all come by today to sign your paperwork?
Well, actually, I have to get back to work. Is there a way to do this tomorrow? I'm off tomorrow.
What time tomorrow? Can y'all come in bright and early at 8 o'clock? 8:30?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay, I'll allow it to be tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll just say 8:30-ish. Just put a note that I'm allowing that. Okay, we'll have everything tomorrow we have it right now because I'm signing it, but we'll have everything at the front desk for you. Just review it before you leave tomorrow and make sure that you understand what you're being asked to do, okay?
Okay,
We'll see you bright and early.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I take it you're in the healthcare, Mom. Thank you for your service.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mattson, I will move Bermudez back over. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'll pull that file while we're waiting. And a few others too. Let's see. Okay, on the Bermudez case, where are we?
Your Honor, if we could get the next setting date, Mr. Bermudez and I have a tentative agreement that may resolve before then, but I'd like to get that on the calendar.
Will that be live or online?
That would be live, Your Honor.
Okay, October 12th is a date, the date that's next available. That's here in the courtroom at 9 a.m. Mr. Bermudez, am I able to email that to your email?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll send that to you and then we'll see you at that time, okay?
Sounds good.
Thank you. You're good to go.
Right. So,
Thank you. Mr. Mattson, your next person is Joyce Goody. And Joyce Goody, if you could unmute. I'll move you. Can I hear you? Can you speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. I'll move you over to that meeting. Okay. And then if I could talk to Jeremy Freehill, that would be great.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm okay.
So I'm looking at everything in totality. I've got warrants on, it's actually 11 cases and they all have a warrant. They've already been adjudicated, meaning you've already been found guilty. It's just balances owed. Right now, the total being $2,539.90. In looking at everything that you've submitted, and thank you, I can go ahead and order community service instead of payment for
Okay,
the total amount of the fines and costs.
okay.
If I do that, that would be what I would propose that we do today.
Okay,
Give me a second to get that number ahead before you. I will tell you that in this particular situation, I give triple credit up front, and
Okay.
it would be 127 hours to fulfill all of the $2,539.90. We would start with a due date of November 21st, which is
Okay.
30 days, and I would give you a list of places that I know are friendly for community service here in the community, because I show you to be in the community, that ought to work. How does that sound?
that sounds great.
You'll pick from
Appreciate
the list. Will have just kind of a sketch out of, basically what they do, and you can then reach out, call, figure out what's going to work with your schedule. I don't manage people. I let people manage themselves. And so it's just adulting, right? So what I would do is recall your warrants today and make the order of 127 hours due November 21st. And if you get that turned in, I'll zero your balance out and you'll be done with your business with the court. If you find that you can't get it all done, which sometimes happens, submit what you have before your due date and drop me a letter at the window letting me know how much more time you need.
Okay.
I'll be trying to accommodate that. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's great.
Any questions, Mr. Freehill?
No, were you gonna, all that stuff's gonna be emailed to me?
It's going to be emailed to you, but I do need a single signature is on one form, which is a waiver of liability. The city is one of the providers on the list. You don't have to choose them, but they do require that you waive liability if you're going to them. Can you print that and sign it and email it back, or do you need to come by the court to do that?
It would be easier for me. I have a printer, but my ink's kind of weird and kind of low at the moment. So, and I'm right. I'm like 10 minutes from the location, so I could come in and sign it if that's okay.
That's fine. What time should we look for you here?
Give me 30 minutes.
That's fine.
10:30.
Yes, 10:30 is fine. I'll just let you know, because I always do this, that the court is a safe harbor court. If you're coming here to reasonably resolve the matter, which you are, you will not be arrested. So don't worry, just come on over. We'll have everything at the front desk for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Any further questions?
No, ma'am. I do not.
Okay, great. We'll see you here shortly.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And bye-bye. I didn't know what you needed, but I filled out. Sorry. I filled out the timesheet. I didn't fill out the order. Okay. Moving forward, Mr. Mattson, I know that you were talking with Joyce Goody, so let me move her back over to the session. Okay, there we go. All right. Thank you, Ms. Goody. Where are we on single? Thank you. Where are we with the single charge of no insurance? Mr. Mattson, let's start there.
Your Honor, proof of insurance is actually submitted within 24 hours of the stop, so I'm going to be dismissing this charge.
Okay, can I go ahead and do that here in the courtroom?
That would be greatly appreciated.
I will do that so that we don't have a delay. I think we can. It's a prosecutor dismissal, and Miss Goody, I will email that to the email that we have on file. Will that email still work?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll probably get that to you here shortly.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Okay. And so, Mr. Mattson, I don't have anyone else for you. Do you have any matter that you need to take up with the court?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
You are good to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And if I could, it's Maya Long. If you could get all the way on screen and unmute, that would be great. Thank you. And so I do have two capias pro fines. These are warrants for non-completion of a court order. And these were on a payment plan, and then they just went to warrant when we did not hear from you. I do see that you've had quite a number of things that were challenging. And you put a note that your parent was going to help you pay. We can do that. I can also, though, in your case, I can order community service instead of payment. And if I did that, sometimes people want to know what that would look like before they say. It would turn into 23 hours. And we would start with 30 days due October 19th. And I have a list of local providers that we would give you. You just pick where you're going from the list, get it done, and get it turned in. What do you say?
It's just a little harder to get to community service because we're down to one vehicle for my entire household, and my mom works 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the sheriff's office. So it's a little harder to get a ride around.
So you're wanting payments instead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Remember that, if somebody else is helping you pay, don't rely on them to just do it. Make sure that it happens because they don't get a warrant. You do.
Yes, ma'am.
The proposal was for $100. I'm going to actually lower that to 50. Will that work?
Yes, ma'am.
You can always pay more and get done faster. Okay.
Okay.
It's just that I don't want it to be a setup to fail situation. That's a lot of money, $100. Can you make a payment today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you going to come by? We need to have you sign for your payment plan. What time can you be here?
I could come a little bit after 11.
Okay. I'll just say by noon.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the court has a safe harbor. You will not be arrested coming here to sign your documents, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see you around noonish. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. You're good to go. And Miss Ellison, definitely not least, there is let's see, you're on time for court. That's helpful. You're wanting an extension to get a license. We did have to, that's what I got a note from. I got a note that you wanted, let me just.
I'm already signed up in the driver's ed course. I started my driver's ed course last summer, and then I had issues because I didn't have a car, and then I lost my dad last year, and I'm already signed up for the DPS to get my license, but they're so far off. It's not till 11/7 for my appointment, and I'm getting insurance Thursday for my car because I didn't have insurance.
Okay. So let me just kind of review where we are. Okay. There was definitely some confusion about the court dates. So we still have you as on time. I did have some confusion about okay. So the license, the insurance, and just kind of confusing on the income information. Where are you working?
At the time I was working at Wilson Art and Temple. I live in Dallas, Fort Worth. So I was working 2 jobs. I was traveling back and forth, but I work here in Dallas, Fort Worth at Chipmunk. I live here in Dallas.
Okay. And when are you paid?
I get paid every 2 weeks. I get paid Thursday.
Okay. And what does your paycheck look like?
I just started this job, and from the sounds of it, like $1,200 every 2 weeks or a little more.
Okay.
I have another part of the driver's course I have to do. They emailed me, and I have a permit thing already, and they told me I need to take it to the DPS, but it's been hard for me to get in because their appointments are so far off. And I have another part of the test as well to do.
Okay. You have a permit?
No, it's a driver's safe. I took driver's class to get my license,
Okay.
and they gave me it's a permit from completing. It's a completion thing from completing the class. They told me take it to the DPS office, but I haven't been able to go yet because the appointment is so off, and they told me I have to do one more part to actually get my license.
Yeah, I understand. I followed all that. You've called it a permit twice, and then I can't tell. It's not maybe a permit yet.
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. So first of all, state law doesn't permit that we drive at all without a license. And so there's not a compliance dismissal. We have a workaround, but it requires that it be, I'm sorry, let me check on one thing. I don't think we are allowed to use that if she has an insurance companion case. So, I don't think she's qualified for the prosecutor dismissal. Can we, it does say, does it say no companion case? Okay. There's not a way to do a dismissal. I'm not sure why we would delay to get the license. See what I'm saying? Like, the reason to delay to get the license is to delay to get the license to get the case dismissed. We could schedule that you talk to the prosecutor about it and see if he would be willing to dismiss one or either of these cases, like a plea bargain.
Okay.
So I can set up that meeting. You've got to be there. And it would be an online meeting. I can hear that you probably can't get here. That would be, let me look at my calendar because we want you to get insurance and send it in.
Yeah.
We want
I'll get that Thursday.
let me just finish my sentence. We want you to get insurance and send it in. So send it in Thursday or Friday. We want you to get your license. That sounds like that's not happening till November 7th. Which is pretty far out, but I will allow it. Let's go ahead and schedule for the 14th of November. And that way you'll have everything you need to talk to him about whether he's dismissing. So once you get that license in, also send that in. We'll scan it to your file so that he can look at it. And then we'll send to the email that we have on file that we used for today.
Yes,
We'll
ma'am.
send an email link to the Zoom meeting for November 14th. And you'll need to log in because he won't take any action without you there. And, we'll see what he says. I mean, worst case scenario, he disagrees, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. And given, you had a tragedy, you've relocated. I mean, there's a lot of stress change. It looks good, like you're going to land on your feet. Things are good. You're doing better. But let's just take a deep breath and get you into compliance with no more tickets.
Yes, ma'am.
And, we'll see you in November. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And then, if he doesn't agree, I don't have a way to dismiss, but you might have that discussion with him. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you then. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any further questions, Miss Ellis?
No, ma'am.
Then you are good to go with the thanks of the court.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.